hey, you know what? Yeah, I know that God did this thing in my life. I did not ever expect that I would turn 40 without, never mind a husband and children, but a life. Like, I started out so strong in my career. I never for the life of me fathomed that I would ever be poor, that I would ever have food insecurity, because there was a time when that was a thing. I never ever thought that I would ever be frowned on by this Johannesburg for just being a nobody. The treatment that a lot of people that don't have much get from those who have. Just looking at them like, oh, let me give her 100 rand. Or let me see what I can hook her up with. There are men who are trying to exploit my situation, who thoroughly think that I would make for a fit for purpose personal assistant without even having any regard for any experience that I have in my career that I lost a couple of years ago, just to go and be a personal assistant so this guy can be in close proximity to me as a married man. I find the way that I am being gazed upon so offensive, but I guess that's just the way that poor people feel when the world feels entitled to them. They feel offended. But listen, nobody cares that they're offended. Even though they know who they are, they know themselves, they know what they have to offer. The snooty, lackluster disposition of some crazy idiot that is of the imagination that you gotta take my scraps. They look at it with so much sorrow, because if they fight for themselves and their rights as to what it is that they deserve, as opposed to what they're being given by force, they're responded to with, but you have nothing, monsieur, no one, you're poor. I know the plight of the weak now. I know the plight of the poor, of people who live in shacks. Now I know what it's like to be a person selling little popikis at the robots that is given last night's pizza by some passing by car. I know now what it's like. Domestic workers out here throwing away in a dustbin food that was given them because it's 7 days old, and then they just take it, thank you madam, and then they throw it in a dustbin on some lomuntu lona uqedile ngalokudla, and then she gives it to me. I know now what it's like. There are men who are trying to give me their sperm as an option to make babies now that I'm 41, and they think that I am arrogant for rejecting that. Now I know.